Hello, my name is Rivas Mayoki, a philosopher, an author, even a sociologist. Anyway, I was thinking about racism. I know, just I know. It just bothers me too. But I was thinking about the definition of racism. It's a prejudice based on a group of viewing one group as a unified front, as a unique entity that has certain characteristics that are shared among its participants, its members. So I was thinking about that definition, and the extended explanation is that it's a discrimination that is harmful and um, contains harmful stereotypes. Because I'm considering that we all operate this world on prejudice, because we can't have knowledge about all things that are in the world. So we don't know everything about everything, but to cope with the lack of knowledge, we just fill in the gaps with some general knowledge, like what do you know about Finnish people? I never met someone who is from Finland, but I think about Finnish people that they are somewhat cold, reserved, and dignified. That's my opinion. And we do have opinions about cultures, places, people, things, foods we never tried or met. And that is prejudice, because it's a judgment made before you had any experience. And any prejudice is just like when you think about something you don't really know. And of course, it's bad when you take that kind of a prejudice and think that every part of Finnish people, every Finnish people person will be cold, touched, and dignified, because you will miss out on the opportunity to get to know someone new and to find out something different about them. And to have prejudices is normal, but we do have to fight the impulse to just think that the prejudice is reality. And I think that's it's what racism or any kind of discrimination is really about. When people take their preconceived notions that they gathered through hearsay and just like watching television or something like that, and take that as a truth, take their own opinion as the fact. And that is where harmful prejudice comes in, when we think that our opinion is the truth. And when you think that something you know to be true, you are closed off to hear new perspectives, to hear new opinions, and to change your mind, because you put it in a place in your mind that says fact, grass is green, Finnish people are cold, and the ice is cold. I guess that's because maybe that's the reason I think Finnish people are reserved, because of all the ice. Or maybe because I did watch Finnish cinema when I was younger, and my brother had inclination to watch artistic movies, and artistic movies are always cryptic and hard to understand. And the Finnish language was the language I couldn't crack for the life of me. I couldn't even take find a word within what they are saying, and it just ended up feeling cryptic to me. So I was thinking about prejudice because I do live in a white Catholic country, and my contact with other races is contact with the Roma people, who have very distinctive culture of their own. I recently, through YouTube, found out that they are really of Indian descent, and that was like, oh, look, they truly do look like they are Indians from India and Asia. if you are confused. So I was thinking about how to even address the question of blackness. I was thinking about language. I was like, it's unpolite to say the black person. Is it unpolite to say the black person? And if you say someone from Africa, you're not stating their race, because not every person in Africa is black. There are white peoples in Africa. It's just like when you say he's an European. Not all Europeans are white, you know? So you don't say anything about the race. I heard the word Caucasian used for white people, and I'm not quite sure what that word means, and I'm not sure that I like it, because if every other race is determined by their skin color, why would we be determined by something else? I don't know. It's just like, things to think about. Language, how we address people. It would be nice to have an unified, agreed way what is insulting and what is not insulting. Like saying someone is from Asia. There are a lot of types of Asians. Indians are also Asians. Filipinos are also Asians. So it's a different style of being Asian. So I don't know, it's interesting. But I guess nobody is really thinking about Asian race in general to be so distinctive. But to me, Filipino people look quite different than Koreans, and Koreans look different than Chinese, and Chinese look different than Indians. And in Africa, they're Maasai people who are tall and very dark, and they're in the edge of Africa, the shorter people with lighter skin. There are so many shades of color, and I loved the artist who went through the world. I don't know her or his name, I don't remember, but I just remember this picture of people from all continents graded by shades, and it's a continuous line from white like a wall behind me to the blackest black, and there is just no division, no part when you can draw a line. Here there's white and here there's yellow. If you think of that color as yellow, I think of it as beige. And we all are in some shade from white to black, and most of us are brownish and beige. But we decided to think about race as a separate category, and we do have prejudice towards people who belong to certain race. Even if some of my friends are as dark as they are black, because they live by the sea where the climate and sun is strong, and the goal is to get tanned as much as you can. So that made me think about Latinos, because someone will have to explain to me why Latinos are a separate race from the Caucasians, whites, because I really don't see how they can be a separate race. What happened? What did the Spaniards and Portuguese who came there became a different species? What happened? Because for me, as the history suggests, the difference between Northern Americas and South America is that in the South America, Spanish and Portuguese went to conquered lands. So those should be descendants of Portuguese and Spanish people who are also in Europe and are also, as I'm aware of, white. So I don't know, even if they are tanned. So if the tan determines your race, then race is really, really very arbitrary thing. Or did Portuguese and Spaniards were more inclusive of native people, so you consider them native? Hmm. Someone will have to explain that part of history to me because I tried to research a bit, but I didn't went far, and I just think it's an arbitrary thing to say that Latinos are different race. Because just because they speak Spanish, it doesn't mean that they are automatically became their own race. Even if they have a lot of indigenous ancestors, it still doesn't make them a separate race. Anyway, that annoys me, annoys the hell out of me. What I wanted to ask was, is racist of me to think that black people, the people who are of descent from Africa and have darker skin complexion, if I think that they are better at athletics and that they're better physically fit? If I think that Asians are just like have a culture that uh, points them in the direction to be more intellectual, is that racist? Or are the racist things considered just to be where you think someone is lesser than you? Hmm? Is it racist to think that the people are more than you? Anyway, I wanted to rant about race a bit because it's a topic that interests me, and it's a topic I have no first hand experience from, because the amount of people of color I saw in my life can be divide easily counted. But I dislike the coin people of color because it suggests that white people are not people of color. We do have color on our face. We are not invisible. So I'm just annoyed by those coined words like all people who are not white. You're again saying that white people are different and that there is a distinction, and that somehow all people who are not white are one category and the other category are white people. White is also a color if the black is a color, although white and black are not colors. They are light and dark. Anyway, a grievance. See you around. Bye.